Hello everyone, this is my 1000 subscriber marathon extravaganza, whatever you want to call it, commentary on my first 3 videos ever made. So this is the first one, starts with a question mark, and this was filmed with the memory stick dual thing. You know when Sony first had memory sticks, like a memory card that's longer and it's wider, but not as tall as an SD card, and only Sony stuff would use it, and they were crap. And the memory card had 8 megs on it, and I filmed it on a Sony megapixel digicam, with a DV tape and all that. But because I didn't know how to connect it to the computer, I used the memory card. That's why the video looks so crap. But it was the first video I ever did, and I just thought it'd be pretty funny if I just made a joke out of it. And so this is a joke. Just to let you know, I actually filmed this using my hands. You see that the T-Rex is actually the Lost World T-Rex toy. So I pushed that down with my pinky finger and then moved the teddy bear's head while filming with the other hand. That's how I did that. And here's my second Lego film that I ever did. The first one was in 2002, and the second one was 2006. I sort of did this just when I was doing media studies back in sixth form. I sort of was doing it between year 11 and sixth form, so this is the first ever one I ever did. And I was sort of inspired by all these Lego films on brickfilms.com, and eventually I just really wanted to do one. Most notably, there was one called Star Wars The Great Disturbance. It's one of the greatest Lego Star Wars videos ever made. After watching that, I was inspired a lot. Of course, I was inspired by other people on there. There's so many people making Lego films on there before YouTube was around. So in order to watch these Lego films, you got to download this file, and sometimes they're all these different formats. Sometimes they work well, sometimes they didn't. Sometimes they're low quality, and the big ones meg size is so big and it's really hard. Actually, these sets there, I forget what they're called, but they're really they connect with Lego, and they're nice to build like structures, and you see them again in Star Wars Apocalypse 1. So here's my episode 3 set. I'm actually filming on my in my bedroom. That's my old wardrobe there, and the red carpet. It's not red carpet anymore, it's a wooden floor and it's a white wardrobe, so I can't do this again. It's all gone. And yeah, while I didn't like the first film that much, I really enjoyed the fight scene because I just thought it was really cool. And then you see the shot of my arm like moving him. You might be wondering why I don't use the official figures that came with that set. It's because their light up lightsabers means their right hand can't move. So I decided to make my own figures so I can actually move them. Yeah, instant Darth Vader burn right there. So yeah, there was also a few other yeah, Obi-Wan's head's actually in the background. Like, whoops. As the first film I ever did, I didn't really bother with stuff in the background. It's just I was young and I was filming it fast. I was like, oh crap, there's stuff in the background. Whoops. So yeah, quick comment on these such short videos. And the next one was Star Wars Apocalypse. It was my first ever sort of 20-minute video I ever did. I say 20. It's say 20. It's I meant for 15 minutes. It was a big deal for me. It was like the longest thing I've ever done. I was like, oh Christ, how the hell am I going to do this? Originally there was a script, but then I thought, wait a minute. I've just gone into sixth form. I'm still a kid. Whatever I record now won't sound like adult. And all my friends in the boarding school, which I was in the boarding school back then, none of them can do voices to sound like an adult. It just wouldn't work. So I thought, well, this isn't going to work. And same with the later films, the Lego Batman ones I did, the first time I did them. There's no dialogue in them. But I wanted to have dialogue, but I couldn't. It's like I don't know anyone who can do a good Batman voice. And I know if I did voices, it would sound like a joke. But it's like no offense to all the other kid animators out there. If you animate a film, yes, good job. You're doing something you want to do. Go ahead and animate them. But you got to remember, people are put off when they watch a Lego film and it's a kid doing the voices. There's not enough frames. When people watch Lego animation, they want to see Lego animation, and they want to feel like they're watching something proper. So you still got to do adult voice. So if you're a kid trying to animate, just, I don't know, get your dad or something, or your mum. So at least they'll sound like a grown-up, because the last thing you want is someone like Batman or Luke Skywalker to sound like a kid, and then people just lose interest. And it's better to just have them not talk and have music instead. It's like the Lego games. No one talks in them until recently. When the first Lego games came out, nobody talked. So I scrapped the script and decided, fudge it. I'm just gonna put all of the story in this title crawl, title sequence. Put everything there. So what you see is pretty much an adrenaline rush. It's just 13 minutes of pure, just Star Wars action funniness. Now, when I first did this, I made the title crawl with Star Wars Title Crawl Maker, I think. It's like a fan thing. And just before I forget, where I got into Brickfilm, brickfilms.com, I think through the Force.net, which is a Star Wars fan site. I can't say it's the best, I don't really see that many other ones, but it's a really good one. There's lots of good fan films on there, including stuff like Star Dudes. That's an awesome thing. You gotta watch Star Dudes. And, The Empire Strikes Back dudes and Return of the Dude. And yeah, this first shot here, I originally had another version of this, but coming for whatever reason, the animated version was gone. So I actually re-edited everything, started from scratch on the Adobe Premiere. And this was Adobe Premiere Elements 2.0. And I was using Photoshop like 2 back then. And you gotta remember, Photoshop 2 didn't have the tabs on the top so you can quickly cycle through all your photos that you're editing. And it doesn't have, and I didn't know how to do all the save blending modes or save presets. So every single lightsaber you see here, I had to draw individually and then color them individually, and then apply the outer glow individually, and that took a long time. It was only later, because nobody taught me how to use Photoshop. This is all self-learned. I had to learn it so slowly, and so that's why I thought, crap, I'm not drawing all these lightsabers. Each lightsaber takes me like half a minute, like 2 minutes to draw each one. So the best thing to do was to just kill these guys off so quickly. So something like 2 guys left. And you see here, a lot of lightsabers I cheated. You see lightsabers moving all weird. It's because instead of drawing lightsabers for each frame, I took the last picture, and just sort of copied and pasted the image over with the patch tool. Because depending on the image, because there's stuff moving, my accuracy wasn't that good, which is the reason why everything looks like they're wobbling, because my accuracy wasn't good in pasting the image, and because people move, the angles are different. I was really amateur back then. But there's one thing I knew. I knew I didn't have backgrounds. I knew I couldn't do green screen anything, so I thought I'll use single colored backgrounds. So they could be anywhere. I think it turns out it looks out okay. It's just paper, and those sponges are actually that guy's hilarious. He's like an unofficial, like a non-Lego character. They're all so happy to die. Look, they're smiling. It's like, la, 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 la. Oh crap! I just put a smile on the face. It's so funny. So yeah, those are like sponge pads that you get in like computer packaging from Dell. A lot of these shots you can still see my hand as well moving in the back. The reason for this was I was lazy, and I wanted to animate it faster, so I would set the camera to continuous photographing, so it'll keep taking, so it'll so I can do it really fast. And this was before I knew about digital macro. I wasn't skilled with it, so you see a lot of these images. A lot of them get blurry just because I couldn't get it right. And just before that, I saw a shot. I did like patch my hand out of the image, but because I'm still an amateur, I didn't know there was a patch replace setting. So it was just patch normal, where it'll merge the image you paste on top with the image you had underneath. Whereas if you select replace, it'll permanently remove the stuff underneath it, and I didn't know that, which is why you still get a mixture of my hand and sponge picture. So yeah, so everything you see a squibbly line on the screen is because I used a patch tool to try to like color something out. I'm not good at it, so this is like stuff is not that great there. And yeah, that's my Jar Jar Binks. I thought because the original Gungan is just one color, so I thought I'll make him pink, but the paint didn't really work too well. That's one of my favorite shots because it just looks really good for some reason when the character's spinning. A lot of detail going on there. And yeah, bend backward to shoot. Oh, there's missing laser thing here. And yeah, here this is quite funny. Like turns his lightsaber off and then just lightning blasts the hell out of that guy. This is always something I remember every time I watch this. I actually really enjoy watching this from time to time again. It's weird. Sometimes I think, well, how can you enjoy something that you've made yourself? But every time I watch this, it's like I'm watching a fan film made by someone else. I can just sit back and enjoy this. And that actually meant to be lasers shooting here, and they're like dodging out of it, but I forgot to put it in. So it's sort of like, it's so cool. They're flipping around. It's like, yeah. And yeah, cheating walking here. I was like, oh, I don't want him to walk. I'll just zoom in. So here's that set again that you see in the episode 3 Final Battle. Not the same set, but it's built with the same toy. They're actually pretty cool. You can still find them on eBay, but they're quite rare because the company doesn't really exist anymore. So that toy certainly doesn't exist anymore. Yeah, Peter Parker. So yeah, they went to this bar, and just before there, you see these two old guys, and they're like, me and my brother have this in-joke where the old guys, because they have a beard, they always talk yeah, kind of like that, because they got a beard and covers them. It's like, and you know, I find them quite funny, and they actually turn out to be the hero at the end of this day. They rescue the main character. And just before that, the girl picking up a glass from underneath the bar was originally one of my favorite shots, because oh, I'm gonna do like photo magic here. She goes down, she's not holding anything. Suddenly she turns back up and she's holding a cup and stuff. Yeah. You know, now it's like, oh, it's not a big deal. And here you see my wallpaper. I'm filming on my in study room in my home back in Hong Kong on the marble table. The table's still there, and the wallpaper's different though, and the wardrobe, you can see the back is different. And some of the shots you can still see effects I didn't do, like the transparent stick from Mega Bloks toy is pretty good for animating, because you can easily like rub it out after, because A, it's transparent, and B, it's a long stick that you can hold people onto. And this guy, this reverse cut, this is actually a direct inspiration from The Great Disturbance, where one guy has an like a reverse color lightsaber is in black. And there's this whole joke in it where Obi-Wan collects lightsabers. It's like sort of cars and stuff. When he's fighting his like enemy, and his enemy pulls out this lightsaber, he's like, no way, you got that collectible lightsaber? There's only like so many made. He's like, yeah, dude, it's pretty cool lightsaber, blah, blah, blah. It's a really funny thing. Go watch that now. And that's a Millennium Falcon toy. That was actually given to me. Back in Dallas, I had a friend called Bruce Sim, and he doesn't care about toys. Like, he had toys as a kid, and they're all in his attic. But he doesn't want them anymore, because he's grown out of toys. He's all like martial arts and stuff. He's like, I'm grown man, I don't want toys. And he said I can have them. So, but the only thing is, his attic was, let's say it wasn't tidied. So it's really hard to find all the toys. I must have spent like maybe 10 hours up there on different days. In total 10 hours. I'll go there. I'll give him some Chinese noodles because he likes Chinese noodles, and then sometimes he'd train me. He'd teach me a little bit of martial arts. It's funny, a half Chinese person learning martial arts from an English person. And it has a really good shot there in front of the monitor. Just because the screen was blurred, it looked excellent. Oh, and my brother was doing medicine, so he had all these cutouts of pills, the packaging stuff, which I used in the shoebox, which is what you see. So yeah, I'll go up there and then I'll find all these toys, and like, so for example, I'll find a part of it. Took me 3 separate times to actually find the complete TIE fighter. I find the piece, and then I find a wing, and then another wing the other time, and and that Millennium Falcon is actually still missing bits, but it's still working. The X-wing I found is working. The TIE fighter is complete. It's not broken. I found a land speeder, Luke Skywalker's one. The Tauntaun? Oh, no, I don't get that's somewhere else. Can't remember. Half a speeder bike and lots of old figures. Of course, all the figures missing accessories, but the figures they were nice. Also, the Lost World Jeep, which I used to have, and I found that he had one, and he didn't want any of these toys. So I got a large collection of toys from him. a lot of other random figures as well that I thought were pretty cool, that I never used on anything. They're just in this box. They're all clean actually. So here's the story when they create all these Darth Vaders. Now my story is, even though in the title scene, the title crawl, it said these Darth Vaders would be like the ultimate weapon because of the combination of stuff. My story is that because they've just been made, they're not used to the body yet. That's why they get defeated so quickly. And plus, I didn't want to draw lightsabers for too long, so I killed them quickly. Actually, I only have 3 Darth Vaders at this point. A light up one, the first one, and the second one. Later, of course, I had the Anakin is burned healing table Vader, the Death Star Vader, and yeah, I think that's all the Darth Vaders I have for now. Talking really fast. There's a lot of cover in this. Think. So yeah, this is back then. I didn't really care about where the characters come from. I'll just take characters from all these different sets and just put them in there. For example, that's Aqua Team. It's obviously it's Aqua Team. It's the same set. He's using the same stuff, but it doesn't matter. I just got them in there because I had figures around, and one thing that is consistent is that all the minifigures are the same skin color, I think. Yeah, me cheating down and walking. Oh, and notice that the time on the self-destruct thing isn't consistent. It's just like... Psst. And yeah, this is the only bit I got someone else to help me film. I asked my brother to help me because I had the set literally hanging built off the table so that it'll look at the carpet underneath, the floor underneath, which was red, I think, and the guy would fall down there. And what I did was I would use this clear stick and have him like sort of go down and see I cut out the stick. That's the only shot that I got someone out. Everything else I've done all by myself. And of course, the laptop I was using to edit this on was the XPS laptop by Sam Walker, who was a roommate of mine back in my boarding school. And that lightsaber shot there is because I didn't know how to do a fight scene back then. I thought, well, I don't know how to animate these guys to make it look epic. So what I did was I got 2 sticks on two different clear sticks holding the 2 lightsabers, and so I swing them in front of the cameras and thought, this would be, because your fingers can move a lot fluently and different movements compared to a Lego minifigure. And this shot here is actually Anakin and Luke Skywalker, and then they thank him for stopping people from using Darth Vader technology as the spirit stuff. And the background is actually one of the photos you saw earlier on the wallpaper. Is hanging on the wall above the table that I was filming on. It turns out these 2 old men were like Jedi, and they, they're like, oh, we know what's going on. We actually followed you. Oh. And this is the first time I had proper credits going on. It's not a scrolling credit, but you can see that from here on out, all my credits would say thank you for watching, because, thank you for watching. I don't actually list Lego sets in my credits anymore because, I use custom sets nowadays. And then, all my credits say more coming soon at the end and all that. God, I'm exhausted. I just remember, my other favourite scene in this is where the guy just cuts a Gungan's head off because it's funny and people hate Jar Jar Binks and the Gungans. Just putting a bit of credit humor there. It's sort of reminiscent of when Lego films were still not that common and people used to put... I watched a lot of brick films where they did that. Yeah, Death to all Gungans. I still do that every time I make a Star Wars video. I put Death to all Gungans at the end. I haven't made a Star Wars video in a while. If you count the Geeko episodes, that's not really Lego animation. I mean, there's Lego animation in it. And I think you should watch it because there's Lego animation in it. But they're not. They're mostly the reviews with Lego animation bits slapped on. So at the end of this video, I actually made this teaser for Lego Batman project I wanted to do. And what happened was, I did the project, I scrapped it, and now all these scenes lying around, and decided to put it together, and that's Batman Dead Gotham. And you might notice it's not actually like I think it's okay, but it's not the best thing I've done. Even back then, I thought it wasn't the best thing, but I had all these scenes. I filmed them. I didn't want them to go to waste, so I put it together eventually and released it. Better than waste it. And I filmed this just when I first got the first ever Lego Batman set, the Bat plane. You see all the photos in the trailer never happens in the film, in the Lego Dead Gotham. It was just a teaser. I had the Bat plane on my table and I filmed it. So, thanks for watching this commentary. I'll do more commentaries of the other films, Heroes End and all that. And take care and have a nice day. And stay tuned for all the other videos on this 1,000 subscriber extravaganza. Thank you. Have a nice day. Check out Lego Doom Kickstarter. Google Lego Doom Kickstarter in the links below. Check out all my other sites. Thank you.